सुप्रभात। भारतीय विज्ञान शिक्षा एवं अनुसंधान संस्थान कोलकाता के 6वें दीक्षांत समारोह में आप सबका स्वागत है। Good morning everyone. We welcome you all to the 6th Convocation of Indian Institute of Science Education and Research, कोलकाता। कृपया अपने मोबाइल फोन बंद कर दें तथा बैठे रहें। कृपया कोई तस्वीर न खींचें। एक पेशेवर फोटोग्राफर पूरे कार्यक्रम की तस्वीर खींचेंगे और उन्हें वेबसाइट पर अपलोड कर दी जाएगी। आप वहां से उन्हें डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। We request you to switch off your mobile phones and remain seated. Please do not click any photographs. A professional photographer will be covering the entire event and you will be provided with copies. प्रिय छात्र, दीक्षांत समारोह के दौरान आप किसी प्रकार का अनुचित शोर न करें और ताली न बजाएं। Dear students, you are requested not to engage in any unwarranted clapping or shouting during the entire convocation proceedings. प्रिय स्नातक छात्र, कृपया ध्यान रखें कि दीक्षांत समारोह के पश्चात LHC के अलिंद में आपके लिए फोटोग्राफी सत्र का आयोजन किया गया है। तस्वीरें वेबसाइट पर अपलोड कर दी जाएंगी और आप उन्हें वहां से डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। कृपया स्वयंसेवकों के अनुदेशों का पालन करें तथा जल्दबाजी न करें। आप अपनी व्यक्तिगत तस्वीरें बाद में खींच सकते हैं। Dear graduating students, please note a photography session has been arranged for you after the convocation in the atrium of Lecture Hall Complex. The photographs will be uploaded on the website from where you will be able to download the same. We request you to please follow instructions of the volunteers and to not rush. You may please get your personal photographs clicked afterwards. हमारे मुख्य अतिथि श्री NR नारायण मूर्ति, डॉक्टर ऑफ साइंस मानद उपाधि प्रापक प्रोफेसर जयंत विष्णु नार्लिकर, सभापति शासी मंडल श्री VLVSS सुब्बाराव तथा अन्य उच्चाधिकारी जल्द ही व्याख्यान परिसर पहुंच जाएंगे। Our chief guest, Shri NR Narayan Murthy, recipient of Doctor of Science, Honoris Causa, Professor Jayant V. Narlikar, Chairperson, Board of Governors, Shri VLVSS Subbarao, and other dignitaries will soon arrive in the lecture hall complex. Kindly switch off your mobile phones. महिलाएं एवं भद्र महोदयगण, जैसे ही शैक्षिक शोभा यात्रा सभागृह में प्रवेश करेगी, हम आवाहन द्वारा इस भव्य समारोह का प्रारंभ करेंगे। कृपया खड़े हो जाएं और शोभा यात्रा के सभी सदस्यों के आसन ग्रहण कर लेने तक खड़े रहें। Ladies and gentlemen, as the academic procession enters the Convocation Hall, we shall have the invocation to initiate this august occasion. Please rise and remain standing till all members of the procession have taken their seats. May we march forward with a common goal. May we be open-minded and work together in harmony. May we share our thoughts for integrated wisdom. May our prayers be one. May we belong to one brotherhood. May our hearts and minds move toward one supreme goal. May our aspirations be harmonious. May our minds be in unison. May we strive to reduce disparity. May we be bound in strong fellowship and unity.
जानता संगच्छध्वं संगदध्वं संगो मनांसि जानता संगच्छध्वं संवदध्वं संगो मनांसि जानता समानो मंत्र समीपि समानी समानो मंत्र समीपि समानी समानं मनसः चित्तं संगच्छध्वं संवदध्वं संगो मनांसि जानता समानि व्याकुति समाना हृदयानि वा समानि व्याकुति समाना हृदयानि वा समानमस्तु वो मनो यथा सुसहासति संगच्छध्वं संवदध्वं संगो Sachatvam Sangvadatvam Sambhomanamsi Janata
I request Honorable Chairperson, Board of Governors of IISER Kolkata, Sri VLVSS Subbarao, to kindly declare the 6th Convocation of IISER Kolkata open.
Very good morning, the chief guest and the gathering. I have the deep honor to declare this convocation open.
I now request Chairman Senate and the Director IISER Kolkata, Professor Saurabh Pal, to kindly present the Director's report.
I welcome you all to this auspicious occasion of the 6th Convocation of the Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Kolkata. Convocation is a celebration of success and a matter of pride for an academic institution, as it is a day today are BSMS, 1 MS by research, 9 integrated PhD with MS only, and 10 integrated PhD and 24 PhD. My heartfelt congratulations to all of you for your successful endeavor. You have made us proud with your achievements. I thank all happy parents of those bright young graduates for their continuous support and faith on us. I'm happy to inform you that including this year's numbers, our total tally has grown up to 831 graduated students, of which 623 are BSMS, 8 MS by research, 45 integrated PhD with MS only, 9 integrated PhD, and 136 PhD. Today we are honored by the presence of Mr. N.R. Narayana Murthy as the chief guest of the 6th Convocation of IISER Kolkata. A man of his stature requires no introduction. Still, in brief, I can say that Mr. Murthy is an Indian IT industrialist and the co-founder of Infosys, and who has changed the entire landscape of this country. He did his master's from the Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur in 1969, and then he joined IIM Ahmedabad as a research associate with Professor Krishnaya, and later on, he continued to work in several industries before he made his landmark contribution as a founder of Infosys. He will be formally inaugurated by our Board of Governors, the Chairman Board of Governors, Mr. Subbarao, later. I, on behalf of the Institute, take this opportunity to thank Mr. Narayan Murthy for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest of the 6th Convocation of IISER Kolkata and for kindly agreeing to deliver the convocation speech a little later. All present here, including the graduate students, will be greatly benefited by his inspirational speech. I also welcome with great honor that we are going to honor today Honorary Causa to none other than Professor Vishnu, who, as all of you know, is an eminent astrophysicist of this country. He will be also presented by the Dean Academic a little later, and I'm very happy that he has accepted our invitation to come here and accept the honor of Honorary Causa. I just want to tell that today, in very brief, the performance of the Institute. I should first mention that as far as the NIRF ranking, which is basically the National Institute of Ranking Framework, we have been placed quite high this year. As many of you know, that we jumped from 2017 44 overall ranking to this year 25, and that has placed us first among all the IISERs. So may I also congratulate all my faculty, all my students, and all stakeholders for this wonderful achievement that has come to IISER Kolkata. IISER Kolkata is, of course, all of you know, is an autonomous institution. And as I said, it gives degrees in 5-year dual BSMS, integrated MS and PhD, normal PhD program, as well as an MS program in space physics. The Office of the Dean of Academic Affairs, which is called the DOA here, the academic cell, takes care of all academic matters of undergraduate and postgraduate studies. The major activities of the academic cell include course formulation, periodic review of course structures, recording students' feedback, and implementing decisions of the Senate. The academic program gives stress not only on the academics, but also on all-round development of the students. And student can major in several disciplines, in one discipline, but has enough exposure to several interdisciplinary credits. Courses on humanities and social sciences are also offered to improve the communication skill of the students and to infuse a sense of social sensitivity. Currently, IISER Kolkata has 871 BSMS students who are currently studying in the campus, and 150 integrated PhD students, 3 students of MS in space physics, 298 PhD students so far. A total of 490 BSMS, 36 PhD, 112 PhD, and 7 MS by research have graduated from IISER Kolkata over the last 5 convocations. So some more are going to graduate, and I gave the number, overall cumulative number, a little earlier. The IISER Kolkata aptitude test conducted by the Joint Admission Committee of IISERs for BSMS admissions in the academic session 2017-18 was held on Sunday, 25th June 2017. A total of 1,342 candidates appeared in the 7 centers of Kolkata, Guwahati, Patna, and Siliguri, and including them that were conducted by the IISER Kolkata. IISER Kolkata has a system of remedial coaching, and that is very important, and mentoring for students having poor academic background or academic performance. Counseling services provided to those who need psychological support. Also, persons with disability are provided writers on request during the exam. We also have a policy of supporting students for international and national conferences and travel. The policy aims at developing institutional support mechanism to encourage a limited number of outstanding students to present their research work before other scientists. Under this policy, a uniform and stringent procedure is maintained to provide full or partial travel support to selected students to attend conferences or workshops both in India and abroad. Since 2014, IISER Kolkata has been hosting the science camps VJSC under the aegis of KVPY, Inspire, and the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. The programs include inspiring lectures to motivate young minds towards basic sciences, and a day is devoted to demonstrate interesting and appealing laboratory experiments at the IISER Kolkata campus. The last year, the VJSC camp 2017 was hosted here between 10th and 12th December 2017 in collaboration with the KVPY. We also have several memorandum of understanding, and they include National Security Deposit Limited Mumbai, under the National Academic Depository initiative of the Government of India. As part of this MOU, IISER Kolkata is able to securely lodge details of now academic certificates issued to its students, all degree certificates, transcripts, gold medal certificates, and best thesis certificates of the graduating students in the 5th convocation were digitally signed and successfully uploaded in the academic cell. The documents are linked to respective students by matching their registration and certificate details. So this is a very new initiative that we have started from last year. We are also issuing, as per the directive of the Government of India, certificates in bilingual, Hindi and English, since the last convocation, which was held on 26 May 2017. As per the principle of SWAYAM, which is study of webs active learning for young aspiring minds, the MOOC, Massive Open Online Course of MHRD, an institute open online course has been constituted, which will implement the open online access of the institute and will be accountable to the Senate of the institution. The CNR Rao Foundation Prize for the autumn semester 2017 was awarded to Mr. Akhil Kumar Nandi in the last year, which is basically in the 17 MS batch. The following new courses have been introduced to academic session 2018-19. The physics, under the physics autumn 2017, we have introduced basic condensed matter physics, basics of field theory. There is a course which is offered again online on statistical inference by IISER Pune, which is also our students could take online, and a course on geophysics. In fact, the titles of the course are actually given in my report. In the spring 2018, we have introduced chemistry of materials, instrumentation in chemistry, quantum field theory, advanced quantum chemistry, research methodology, independent study, environment science fieldwork, geology of natural resources, and principles of atmospheric science. The academic cell, with all its dynamic endeavors, has been providing support to IISER Kolkata to realize its visions to be the leading center for research and education in basic science. Coming to research publications, I should say that IISER Kolkata has done excellent publications in last year, and our papers have appeared in the prestigious journals like Nature Chemistry, Journal of American Chemical Society, Angewanta Semi International Edition, Physical Review Letters, Journal of Virology, Frontiers in Microbiology, Environmental Science and Technology, Journal of the Geophysical Research, Journal of Mathematics, Statistics and Probability Letters, to name a few. A total of 2,220 research publications have been published so far in 11 years of its journey. Out of these numbers, 348 have been published during this year 2017-18. So I'm very happy that last year we did extremely well. In addition to this, the faculty members have written 35 book chapters. We are also strengthening interdisciplinary research by creating centers. So in the last year, we have created a new center for climate and environmental studies. And the center brings together 14 faculty members at this point, representing the Department of Biological Sciences, Chemical Sciences, and Earth Sciences, in order to strengthen collaborative and interdisciplinary research in the areas of geological and environmental sciences with a strong focus on societal relevance. The center essentially looks at themes of environmental issues, including water, climate change and its effect on environment, geohazards, quantification and remediation. Although the center is very young, it has been already able to attract funding support from external funding agencies and also from industries. I'm happy to say that we have also created a new center for high pressure studies in this year, which actually looks at collaborative research in the field of natural sciences, material sciences, and geosciences. This emphasis is on the fundamental studies of structural changes and novel phase transitions of both naturally occurring and designed materials that occur under extreme temperature and pressure, extreme conditions. In addition, we already have 2 centers of excellence which are actively operating: Center of Excellence in Space Sciences India, called CESI, and the Center for Advanced Functional Material, CAFM, which are operating and contributing greatly to the growth of the institution. We have started the following global initiative of the academic networks, which is called the GYAN. Many of you know this. Some of the programs have been organized in 2017-18. One of them was by Professor Dr. Craig Hill from the Emory University of United States. He came between 8 to 17 May 2017 on polyoxymetalates in material science. Then there was Professor Isaac Silveira from Department of Physics of Harvard University, who also gave lectures between 6 to 15 June 2017 on studies of high pressures by optical methods, hosted by Dr. Gautam Dev Mukherjee. Professor Richard Bellerby of China, Shanghai, he came here on 2 to 6th April, and he gave a short course on ocean acidification and implication by global marine ecosystems. This was hosted by Dr. Purnaslok Bhaduri. I'm very happy to say now, as we go forward and do great basic research, that we have made a lot of new initiatives in translation of research. So one of the things that I want to announce, which is absolutely new, this was done just this year, is that we have initiated a process of setting up of an incubation cell to strongly encourage faculty, student members of the institute, present and past, as well as other entrepreneurs to do translation and research in this campus. So I'm very sure that many of the graduating students would be able to take advantage of this, as well as many other stakeholders around us. This would certainly give an excellent platform to convert some of the laboratory research outputs to develop products, particularly for the benefits of the society and the country as a whole, through the concept of what is called startups. In this regard, a 5-member team involving faculties from different disciplines visited some of the successful incubation centers and research parks in various institutions like IISc, IIT Madras, IIT Bombay, NCBS, and NCL Pune. The incubation center will allow the early stage research to be converted into the benefits of the society at large. To essentially implement this, we are now founding a new Section 8 company. As many of you may know, the Section 8 company is a no-profit company. So under Section 8, we are actually setting up a research, innovation, and scientific entrepreneurship foundation called RISE Foundation, IISER Kolkata. So the entire operation will be done through this RISE Foundation. The initial seed funding, I'm very happy to say, to the tune of rupees 13 crores has been sanctioned by the DST via its Nidhi TBI scheme. And this will then help us in translation of fundamental science research in the institute and nearby regions. As I said, not only from IISER, but other institutions in Kolkata and around can also join us. So this will help us in direct applications of science into products. RISE Foundation is now under the process of being founded, and the proposed incubator would come here in this campus with a spacious facility of 20,000 square feet. And there will be a lot of existing resources which will be available, existing resources within the campus. And we are going to also build new resources in this incubation. We have a team of members, including the director of the institution, along with technical advisory board, which consists of members who have done extremely well in translation of research, like Professor T. Ramasamy, Dr. S. Sivaram, Dr. Siladitya Sengupta, Dr. Rajiv Mantri, who will be part of the advisory board of this endeavor. I would also like to announce that we are facilitating in a large way industry-academia interaction. So I just wanted to say that the incubation center itself is not necessarily the only model of facilitating research, translation of research. We can directly do with the industry, and we actually organized on the 7th and 8th February this year an industry-academia meet where eminent scientists and academicians, and I'm very happy to say people from several industries, about 20 industries, were here to discuss how our research can be translated. We have been also doing several agreements on MOUs with the industry. And so one of the agreement of scientific collaboration has been signed with effect from 1st of February 2018 between the TCG Life Sciences. Many of you know the TCG Life Sciences in Kolkata. It's a private company, and company registered under the Companies Act of 1956 and having its office at Salt Lake. So within this agreement, we will develop smart polymer, advanced polymers, high-performance polymers, polymer and nanotechnology-based products. Research will be conducted in the area of basics of new drug molecules, controlled release of drugs, It will also promote education and research in medical, health, basic and applied science. We have also signed agreements with TCG Foundation for generous funding, and they are providing financial support. This has come in the form of what is today known as CSR, corporate social responsibility. So the TCG has been very generous in supporting us in that CSR to 34 needy students, meritorious students. They have been giving fellowship, selected by the IISER Kolkata, of course, and enrolled in our 5-year BSMS dual program. TCG Life Science is also giving procurement of solvent purification system, apart from contributing to the Department of Physical Sciences, Chemical Sciences, and Center for Advanced Functional Materials. So this instrument is also coming thanks to this generous grant from TCG. In addition, we have signed MOU with Gas Authority of India Limited, GAIL, Bitchem Asphalt Technologies Limited, Guwahati, and these are under the pipeline. So through these agreements, we'll also start research funded by the industry. We have already translated, and I'm very happy to say, several research. Many of them have come in newspapers and news, online news in last few months. Dr. Raja Shanmugam's laboratory in chemistry department, in collaboration with the Addo Additives Limited, has developed a new kind of poly plasticizer named as Addo North. And this is made with a highly water-soluble polymer to increase the setting time of cement as well as flow rate. So this is an extremely important work that has now been commercialized by the Addo lab in Madhamgram. I'm very happy to say that this was inaugurated by Dr. T. Ramasamy, former DST secretary, in presence of me on the 15th December 2017. Dr. Debasis Haldar, once again of the Chemical Science Department, their laboratory developed a chemical compound which has been found to be highly effective in removing fluoride and metal ions such as lead, mercury, cadmium, copper, and iron from the drinking water. And this also has been in the process of commercialization through a company which is based on Chennai called the CUMI Industries, CUMI, CUMI Industries. Dr. Subhajit Bandyopadhyay's group, again, has worked towards the development of a smartphone app, and this is an app for a low-cost in-field monitoring of water quality. So it's very simple to monitor the water quality, the turbidity, measure of turbidity, and thus the clarity of water can actually be measured through this app. So this is a serious lacuna in the technology, and this app can be used by common people very easily. This endeavor has been funded by the MHRD under the Swachhata Action Plan, SAP. Dr. Bandyopadhyay's group also in 2017 has developed an Android-based app to provide the colorblind and visually impaired students a multisensory perception of color change observed in a titration. The application records and converts the color information into beep sounds and vibrator pulses. So it's very easy again to use this app. The app is very popular with a 5 out of 5 user rating, I must say, and is used by students over 30 countries across the globe. The student who was involved in the project was selected as the winner of the IXDA award sponsored by Intel in New York out of a large number of entries from all over the globe. So I'm very happy to announce that to you. We have several academic infrastructure and facilities, and of course, I will go through them quickly. I will not go through all the details, but one of them is, of course, the library, which is very important. And this year, we are subscribing several new journals and back files, and in fact, we are expanding the space of the library with our new buildings which have come up. Library has also decided to enhance the access of Web of Science from the core access. It can now fetch the conference proceedings of the authors from all our institution. The laboratory added 846 printed books to its collection during this period, reporting period. Apart from that, the library received 24 printed documents as grants. We also want to say that we have very state-of-the-art teaching and research facilities and number of newly furnished research laboratories and office spaces in what is now called the research complex and the teaching research complex, which will be actually renamed very soon, are now ready to cater to our undergraduate teaching needs and state-of-the-art research activities. So I think there are several, as I said, solvent purification system has been donated, but there are several other systems which are already there, like fluorescence, hot stage, nanoparticle size, zeta potential, molecular weight analyzers, some of them which have been acquired in this particular period. high performance computing cluster is also something that we are now acquiring. Benchtop X-ray diffractometer with solid state detector is another instrument which we are now acquiring. We are also very keen, as I said, to address the mental needs of the young brains. And in that, we have set up what we call the centers of mind and wellness center. So we are also hiring psychiatrists and several activities to keep the students engaged. I'm very happy to say that we have tied up with an online counseling service, which is actually giving us service available 24/7, not only to students, but also to faculty and all staff of this institution. And this remains extremely discreet and anonymous, which is very important in all such cases. We have very strong emphasis, as I said, on research and development. And very quickly, I should say that in this financial year, we have received projects to the tune of 15.48 crores. And the total sanction amount of the R&D projects, which are now administering in this year, is 77.95 crores. During this year, the Institute received sanction for 23 sponsored projects and schemes with a total sanction amount of 956 lakhs, 4 new faculty fellowships, and also 1 consultancy project of the value of 6.5 lakhs. We have major achievements in the field of research and development. Again, most of the details are here. Very briefly, I will tell the names of the faculty who have got it. Dr. Ayan Banerjee and Dr. Somojit Roy. They have a nice success story, which has now been actually put in the MHRD webpage. Dr. Rajesh Kumble Nayak and his student Anuradha Samadar from IISER Kolkata are part of the team which has been awarded Special Breakthrough Prize in Fundamental Physics for detection of gravitational wave. I specially mentioned because all of you know that this was a very important work all over the world. The field was extremely important all over the world. Professor Supriya Mitra has been selected for INSA bilateral exchange program under the international collaboration to visit Germany. Dr. Rahul Banerjee has been awarded, of the chemistry department, has been awarded the prestigious Swarna Jayanti Fellowship. Dr. Anindita Bhadra has been asked to act as a nodal, she is from the biological sciences, to act as a nodal officer and local coordinator for the gifted children identification and mentoring program initiated by the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. BRICS research project, boron and gadolinium nanoparticles for cancer diagnosis and therapy was funded by the DST, and this is a collaboration project where our IISER Kolkata's principal investigator is Dr. Sadhin Mandal from the Department of Chemical Science, and several other countries like China and Russia are also involved in this. I should also say that while doing research, we are certainly extremely interested in building our international relations and outreach program. So through the outreach, we have been doing particularly in the Northeast and several other international agencies. We have done tie-ups and MOU with the École Normale Supérieure in France, particularly in Lyon, Paris, and Rennes for academic and research cooperation. We are also within our own city. We have done an MOU with Bose Institute for the scientific interaction at multiple levels. And there are initiatives which are now going on to establish MOUs with the University of Central Florida, Technische University of Dortmund, and other reputed universities. We are trying to reach out to the neighborhood in terms of outreach, and particularly to the underprivileged children through a program which is very well known as Ek Pahel. The Ek Pahel program is a youth-led initiative by our students of IISER Kolkata and empowers the children of the underprivileged and rock bottom strata of the society through after classroom teaching. Many of these take place in the evening in our campus, after classroom teaching and mentoring. On the annual anniversary of Ek Pahal, distribution of school bags to around 150 children from nearby villages took place. We also had several popular scientific talks by Professor Charles Bennett, Karl-Heinz Laganke. This was organized in the EZCC complex in Kolkata. We had an Entrepreneurs Day, much in the line of translation of research that I talked about, where Dr. T. Ramasamy, former Secretary DST, came and launched our website of these entrepreneurs. We have been reaching out to industry, as I already talked about several our effects that have taken place. Saltus Chemistry Camp in IISER Kolkata was also another initiative of outreach that we did with the Royal Society of Chemistry and Government of West Bengal between 19 to 21 December 2017 at our campus. where 66 students selected by the Directorate of School Education, spanning 22 schools and 5 districts, took part in the camp. We have been also doing several undergraduate global outreach program with several different countries in the USA, Japan, Jamaica, Nepal, and several countries around. We have an organization called INIAS, as all of you know, Indian National Young Academy of Science. It's a platform that enables young scientists to interact and work towards spreading the enthusiasm about science among school children. INIAS is recognized as the voice of young scientists of India by the Global Young Academy and actively participates in various international events that invites participation by young scientists. Again, our Dr. Anindita Bhadra, Biological Sciences of our institute, has been the founding chair of this INIAS. We had an introductory workshop on the physics of gravitational waves at Sirampur College by SESI, the Center of Space Science Initiative at IISER Kolkata. They have organized a one-day introductory workshop in Sirampur College in the physics department on the physics of gravitational waves. We had an excellent initiative, and I think one of the first of its kind, which was popularizing science through a drama. And some of you were there. We organized through the SESI, the center, a drama called The Square Root of a Senate, which was actually presented on Friday, 23rd of March, 2018 at Science City, Kolkata, and Saturday, 24th of May, 2018 in our institution. This was written by Nilanjan Chaudhary and directed by Prakash Belawadi of the Center for Film and Drama in Bangalore. This is a critically acclaimed play which revolves around the lives of two scientists, Subramanian Chandrasekhar and Sir Arthur Eddington. RSC IISER Kolkata Professional Development Program for School Teachers, again through the Royal Society of Chemistry, was organized here. And this was on the inspirational program that Yusuf Hamid had actually initiated through the RSC. So it was done here on 30th November and 1st of December. We had several student achievements, and some of them will be rewarded, but I just want to mention the names very quickly. Ms. Sanchita Pal, a SESI PhD student who received a prestigious international visiting scholarship. Mr. Rajashik Tarafdar, Department of Physical Science student, who did MS thesis research at SESI, has received the Best Paper Award at national level undergraduate physics. Ms. Anuradha Samaddar, I already talked about her, integrated PhD student of IISER Kolkata, has received Best Student Award from IISER Kolkata for her scientific achievements on 20th February 2018 on the Science Day. Mr. Mrinmoy Pal, he is a BSMS student, has been selected for participating in the 68th Lindau Nobel Laureate meeting to be held from 24 to 29 June 2018 in Lindau. The work on tricks and risks of thieving ants by Mr. Biswarup Paul, an integrated PhD student of IISER Kolkata, has been published in the Telegraph on March 5, 2018. We had an IISER Kolkata IGM International Competition 2018 team, which has got rupees 10 lakh grant from DBT to participate in this event. Mr. Pranay Das has designed the logo of the Indian Institute of Technology, Goa. I'm very happy to say that. He has been appreciated by the director of IIT Goa and has received a special certificate of appreciation in recognition of his creativity. Mr. Mrinmoy Pal, a BSMS student, has been invited to participate in the 19th World Festival of Youth and Students that was held from 14th to 22nd October 2017 in Sochi, Russia. Mr. Subham Chandal has received the prestigious Raman Charpak Fellowship of 2017. Our institution also, I must mention about the faculty activities and achievement, that it is very proud of its faculty members who form a vibrant and cohesive group of outstanding academicians, and they have been able to attract talented and promising faculty members with large diversity, specialization, and research experience. Our faculty members have worked among various arts at a budding institution to establish state-of-the-art research facilities. Through their dedicated service, our faculty members have achieved excellence in teaching and research, enabling the institute to realize its aim of providing high-quality education in modern sciences. Again, I already talked about their various achievements in several journals. Some of the achievements and awards, I just quickly go through. Dr. Tapas Kumar Sengupta, in this particular year, the research work of Dr. Sumanna Annagiri has been recognized. Dr. Punnaslok Bhaduri has been elected as the president of Bio-Geoscience section of the Asia-Oceania Geoscience Society. Dr. Anindita Bhadra has been, I told already, to invite it as acted nodal officer for this gifted children under mentoring program. Under the chemical science, Dr. Sadhin Mandal has been inducted as a member of the editorial advisory board of the Journal of Chemical Sciences. And Dr. Balaram Mukhopadhyay has been awarded H.C. Srivastava Young Scientist Award of 2017. Dr. Devasis Haldar, research I already mentioned, has gone into the press and has gone into the industry. Similarly, Raja Shanmugam, in fact, Raja Shanmugam's recent work on arsenic removal at the parts per billion level has been actually commercialized by another company just on April 2018. So officially it doesn't come under 2017-18 reporting period, but I just thought I would mention this. Dr. Shomojit Roy has selected as an outstanding faculty in science by the Venus International Foundation. Dr. Rahul Banerjee got the prestigious Swarna Jayanti Fellowship Award of 2016-17. Professor Supriya Mitra has been invited by the Niti Aayog to attend the consultations of science and innovation. As I said, he has already been selected for the INSA bilateral exchange program. Contribution of Dr. Rajesh Kumble Nayak, I already mentioned, and his student Anuradha Samadar. Dr. Dibyendu Nondi has been inducted as a visiting associate of the IUCA Pune for a period of 3 years. I should also mention that the institute is very proud of its non-teaching staff who have been working, and many of them have been recognized. Mr. Joydeep Sil, Registrar, has been awarded Fulbright Scholar Fellowship for the participation in 2017-18 Fulbright Nehru International Administration Seminar in the US during 30th September to 14th October. Sahid Ali Faruqi, who is System Administrator, has been invited to attend National Symposium on NSM, Greed over NKN, jointly organized by CDAC and NKN, held in Bangalore during 9th to 10th October 2017. The online application software developed by Mr. Rana Bhadra, Technical Officer, will be used for the JAC 2018. Mrs. Bhasati Bhaumik, PRO, has been awarded the Royal Thai Government Fellowship to participate in an annual international training course on moving towards SDGs via corporate social responsibility and sufficiency economic philosophy during 4th to 15th September 2017 at Bangkok, Thailand. Dr. Surasri Datra has won the gold medal and certificate of excellence in translation to Hindi at the 30 days training session, 12 February to 26 March 2018, under the Central Translation Bureau, Government of India. We also want to build very close relations with the alumni, and I must mention that the second alumni meet at the IISER Kolkata was held during 5th to 6th January 2018. I want to make special mention to this because many of our graduating students will now become alumni, so I invite them to participate in our next alumni meeting. We want to build very strong connection with the alumni. So many ex-students that time came from abroad and various parts of India to reconnect with their alma mater. The present students greet their seniors with colorful cultural events, and the ex-students had the opportunity to visit the campus. So I hope more and more people will actually join this. I also want to mention that we are attracting deposit donations from the Institute alumni, and to do this, we have also opened a separate bank account. IISER Kolkata Alumni Association bank account has been opened in March 2018. In conclusion, may I now mention that I'm very hopeful on this 6th Convocation Day that the IISER Kolkata is fulfilling its objectives for which it was set up and will certainly make further progress in achieving global ranking in the near future. I thank the entire fraternity of IISER Kolkata, our Board of Governors Chairman who is present with us, and the members of the board, the chief guest for today's function, Mr. Narayan Murthy, and of course, distinguished guest, Professor J.V. Narlikar, and all other distinguished guests who are present here, and all stakeholders from the government, from the society, and of course, student fraternity and the faculty for their constant support and encouragement. I wish all of you very well on this auspicious day of the 6th Convocation. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. I now request the Chairperson, Board of Governors, Sir VLVSS Subbarao, to kindly deliver his speech.
Another proud moment today for the scientific community. It's an honor to be a part of it. Respected Chairman, respected Chief Guest of the day, Sri Narayan Murthy, Professor Narlikar, Dr. Saurabh Pal, Sri Joydeep, the learned galaxy that is the faculty, and the emerging scientists of today and tomorrow, their proud parents, and the rest of the staff of IISER. A hearty good morning to you all. Basically, it has been enshrined in our constitution that a scientific temper will be inculcated and developed in the country. Now, basically, what is a scientific temper? For a little child to whom his mother is feeding food to a little child, she points to the moon and the stars and tells a small story. So the moon looks in one particular way at that age. For a youngster who's in love, looking up at the moon and the stars, the moon looks in a different way. But to Professor Narlikar, when he looks up at the moon and the stars, it presents an altogether different dimension altogether. So the question is, what is that? It's the basic questions of how, why, and what. It's a curiosity about the universe. It's a curiosity which should not be killed. Curiosity comes by nature and it grows with nurture. It is that curiosity which has enabled certain scientists to identify the interaction between various planets, forces of nature, and so on, and develop this so-called scientific temper, which has become gradually got ingrained into a section of the population and grown, which is why we have had so many inventions. The radio, for example, so many techniques of cropping, rice. If we were all to believe that whatever our ancestors did were right, then we would all be eating roots and fruits and berries and so on. It is obvious that the scientific temper has grown over time and it has pervaded all across. So this particular scientific temper, which is the quintessence of growth, development, the government has recognized it immediately after independence, but somewhere along the way, we seem to have neglected it, and it has perhaps taken a back seat until the year 2005 or so. Because education, when it began, all subjects were equal. Then gradually in the 80s, 90s, and so on, we had technology taking the going on an upswing. So we had the IITs and all. Basically, in a country of scarcities, only education that leads to employment was considered as worthwhile and with value addition. So we had the IITs, we had a spate of engineering colleges all over the country, and then we had coaching institutes to get into the IITs, and then the coaching institutes to get into certain premier coaching institutes. That was a trend that was visible in the Indian education system for nearly about 20 years or so. It still continues in some degree in certain states. But then suddenly, around the early 2000s onwards, it was the government of India that woke up and decided that, based on the success of the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, that this scientific temper has to be reintroduced into the country, because the country needs scientists as much as it needs technologies. Why? Because one development in science, one simple development in science can give rise to a spate of about 10 technologies altogether. That is what is the potential of science. So if you need a cure for cancer, it has to come from a scientist. If you need to study the patterns of rainfall, it requires a scientist. Technologists feed off the scientists. Technologists feed off the scientists. And while it may appear that technology simplifies life, technology is actually complicating your needs. And when your needs get complicated, your dependence increases, and you start looking for further simplification. That's when a different technology comes to apparently simplify your need, but it is actually complicating your thought processes further, taking you away and away from science, and taking you away from so many of the basic realities around you. So technology is creating a distance. So we need to revert to science, and the technologists tend to forget that they were scientists at one point of time. So these are some of the imminent dangers in our system. So these Indian Institutes of Science, Education and Research have been set up to once again reinforce that science is supreme. And if a country like US has become the superpower that it is, and it is because of science. It's a technology that came later. So it is science which can propel this mankind into a different force altogether. And the recognition to basic sciences has been introduced through the IISERs. So what do scientists require? Scientists require what can be called as the ambience for learning. This ambience for learning is an ecosystem where you have the right laboratories, you have the kind of atmosphere to stimulate your thinking, and the security that you can function in a system without much of challenges, without unnecessary threats to your existence. And with this came the realization that science, pure science, also has a future, not just in academics, but in industry also, as can be seen. When you today, from what I understand, almost all the students are getting into PhDs abroad or in Indian Institute of Science or in various places. Many of them are getting placed and so on. And this is a reassertion that science will once again be of preeminence in this country. The IISERs, the 7 IISERs which have been set up, they have IISER Kolkata has actually raced ahead of the rest of the IISERs in a very short time. And these IISERs will produce a brand of scientists. 1,800 students from each of these 7 IISERs is envisaged. So this group of about 10,000 students is the first step that the government is taking to establish once again that India is going to produce scientists and it is serious about the whole process. Then comes the role of our student itself. What I wouldn't like to go on, because bureaucrats are supposed to be very drab personalities. So, and I'm sure you're waiting for Sri Narayan Murthy and Malika also to speak. What I would suggest to all of you is that you're passing out of an institution. It is not the usual BSMS courses that are on offer in the rest of the country. You would have realized by now that it's a very niche degree that you've taken up. And you should utilize these, when you pass out of IISER, you must utilize this as a stepping stone to achieve greater laurels. Some of you, I would like to see, maybe not in my lifetime, but you'll all be getting the Nobel. One or two of you might be even getting the Nobel Prizes. That's the intention with which we have set up our IISERs. And about the nation is something which should be somewhere tucked away at the back of your mind, should be a concern for the nation, because this country today requires scientists, requires sustainable alternatives to the process. So what is sustainable? I mean, you would suddenly ask, what is sustainable? One student was asked in a small class one day, "Beta, Vishal ka matlab kya hai?" So he said, "Vishal." That's not acceptable. You can't give an answer like that to the word. There was a forum in which I was giving a lecture. There were a lot of IIT professors over there. So I asked them, what is sustainable? They said, sustainable, jo chala sake and all that. So that's not, I said, no, we need to have a working definition of the word sustainable, because if we are working on sustainable technologies, sustainable alternatives, without being clear about what sustainable is. Sustainability at a very simplistic level is where the resources of tomorrow are not utilized for the development needs of today, which basically means that, secondly, that the resources should not be utilized beyond their natural rate of replenishment. And then thirdly, the operation and maintenance, the O&M of these technologies or practices we should be able to carry it out from the locally available manpower, locally available resources. This basically is the need for sustainability in our development strategy. As I said before, we are living in a country of scarcities. That's very, very important. Now, when all of you go abroad and carry out your research, please have a place in your heart for India. At some point of time, 5 years later, you'll be coming back to possibly have a reunion of all of you. 15 years later, please do come back to give certain lectures to the students of that time. And 25 years later, please do come back to do something more substantive for IISER Kolkata. IISER Kolkata itself, by then, would have hopefully doubled or tripled in size. And most of your faculties will also be coming back. Present faculty would be coming back to meet you in one of your reunions. So therefore, my hearty congratulations to the parents, and my best wishes to all of you for a glorious and successful life ahead. And congratulations to the faculty also for churning out such wonderful products of the system. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. I now request the Chairperson Board of Governors to kindly introduce the Chief Guest.
As you would understand, I'm about to introduce a living legend. Sri Nagavara Rama Rao Narayana Murthy. And there's not one person in this auditorium who has not heard about him, who has not heard about Infosys. Some of you may have also heard about his charitable instincts. And even lesser number would have heard about his innate basic simplicity. Sri Narayan Murthy was born in Siddhagatta, Kolar in Karnataka on 20th August 1946. He pursued his engineering after schooling in the National Institute of Engineering and graduated in 1967 with a degree in electrical engineering. And then he got his master's from IIT Kanpur in 1969. So he's an IIT alumni too. Then after his education, he worked in a company called CISA for 3 years in London, right away to London. And while working with CISA, it emerged that he excelled in designing a software for air freight management at the de Gaulle terminal in Paris, the Paris airport. This was when he decided to return to India to start his own company. But then he also joined IIM Ahmedabad in 1976 as the chief of systems, where he initiated a small IT software consulting firm in Pune. But it was his first startup and the company did not succeed. So he joined a company called Patni Computer Systems later. Now, many people are generally depressed and suppressed the moment a startup fails, but not so in the case of Sri Narayan Murthy. It was a learning experience for him. And that was when he met Madam Sudha Murthy, his soulmate, who offered him not just a helping hand, but tons of courage and inspired in him the belief that yes, he will succeed. And she gave him a helping hand in investing for the company he wanted to start. So behind every successful man, there is a lady. And that example is proven in case of Sri Narayan Murthy. And in 1981, finally, the great Infosys was founded. It was a landmark event in Indian IT industry, as the world would know later, because Infosys went from strength to strength. The first thing it did was it provided immense employment opportunities to students from our various institutions, engineering and other colleges and so on. And that set the tone for so many other companies to come up along those lines. So he was a doyen of the IT industry, and it was due to his initial efforts, that the pioneering efforts, that the IT industry came to be very firmly established in India, and US began to view India as the alternative destination for all their IT needs. And the Infosys flourished, and with these, and there was a team of professionals and partners who worked with Sri Narayan Murthy, all of them very, very valuable personalities. And they were also inspired by Sri Narayan Murthy, and he in turn drew a lot of strength and inspiration for them. So the success story of Infosys, with Sri Narayan Murthy as the head, as the CEO for about 20 years, then as the chairman for another 8 to 9 years. Therefore, the baby that was Infosys grew into a full-blown entity, which served as a banyan tree for innumerable IT professionals. And the company itself attained new heights under him. It obtained its listing in NASDAQ. It was one of the companies. In fact, there were bigger companies. I remember there was a particular picture of Sri Narayan Murthy, which Bajaj Auto chairman, where he seemed to ask Sri Narayan Murthy, how do you do all this? I mean, the kind of valuations that Infosys had achieved at that point of time. Even a nuts and bolts company like Bajaj could not achieve the same valuation. So that is where the valuation, when intellectual property is valued, it's simply skyrockets. When the intangibles are valued, the valuation simply skyrockets. That is what he has proved. So right now, he remains as a mentor of Infosys after so many long years. And despite all these awards, accolades, and honors, he has always shown by example the values of simple living. Simple living, he's known for his down-to-earth nature and friendliness, and not many know about his charitable instinct. He does his charity in silence, without much publicity, exactly the way it should be done. All great men have that particular quality in them. And while carrying and mentoring his team, the great people have this quality of making small people look big or feel big. That is the quality which Mr. Narayan Murthy has developed, and his entire team to this day recognizes him in Infosys on that account. Today, while he has been enlisted as the top 12 greatest entrepreneurs by the Fortune magazine, and the Economist ranked him among the 10 most admired global business leaders in 2005. So today he continues to be an independent director on so many boards, HSBC, then so many Ford Foundation, then so many other international companies. He spends half his time abroad and half his time here, and every word spoken by him is precious, and every minute spent with him is very, very special. So all of us are today indeed very fortunate to have Sri Narayan Murthy with us, and kindly give him a big hand. Thank you very much.
I now request the Chairman Senate to present a memento to the chief guest. I now request the Chairman Senate to present a memento to Professor Vishnu Malika, the recipient of the Doctor of Science Honoris Causa. I now request the Chairman Senate to present a memento to the Chairperson, Board of Governors, Sri VLVSS Subbarao.
I now request the chief guest, Sri N.R. Narayan Murthy, to kindly deliver the convocation address. Sri Narayan Murthy.
First of all, my sincere apologies. I should have started my speech at 11:30. It is 12. I had told my secretary that I would speak for about 30 minutes. However, I'll try and reduce it to the extent that is possible. If not, kindly accept my sincere apologies. Chairman of the Board of Governors, members of the board, Senate, Director, Professor Vishnu Malika, faculty, staff, students, parents of the graduating students, guests, and most importantly, the graduating students. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be part of this joyous occasion. I congratulate every one of you and also the two honorary degree recipients. I am particularly honored to be with Professor Vishnu Malika on the dais. Let me say that I have not read two books which are so illuminating as The Seven Wonders of Cosmos and The Lighter Side of Gravity, written by Professor Narlikar. I feel these two books must be translated to all the languages in the world, certainly all the languages in India, and distributed so that these books could indeed ignite the minds of students who are indeed interested in science. I'm honored to be among the future scientists of India who will lead the way for India to solve the problems of education, healthcare, water, energy, defense, governance, nutrition, clean air, global warming, urban traffic congestion, and better quality of living for every Indian. That is the urban and the rural, the educated and the not so well educated, the rich and the poor, and the powerful and the weak. As you walk out of the hallowed doors of this institute, you enter a world where opportunities are limitless, challenges are endless, and every day the test of what you have learned here. From today onwards, there is no set curriculum for you, and you have a plethora of electives. You can become a researcher and a teacher. You can join the industry. You can join the civil service or the civil society. You can join the defense of the realm. You can even become a politician or a journalist. No matter what career you choose, you certainly need to have some attributes, as Professor Derek Bok, a former president of Harvard University, once said, and that is the ability to foster curiosity in exploring the unexpected and the unfamiliar, open-mindedness in entertaining opposite points of view, tolerance for the ambiguity, and that surrounds so many important issues today, and a willingness to make the best of decisions one can in the face of uncertainty and doubt. I hope you have learned some of these attributes during your years of education at this place. Well, you've grown up in a society molded by computers. You have access to almost unlimited information thanks to internet. You have access to smartphones, digital cameras, e-commerce, free email, free telephone calls, free video calls, ATMs, Google Maps, drones, private space rocket planes, HIV and cancer drugs, personal robots, space stations, remote surgery, electric and autonomous cars, e-commerce, virtual reality, 4K TVs, electronic books, seedless watermelons, MP3 and video players, virtual reality, and you have even seen Mars landings. These are all realities for you in your daily life. Coming to research staff, let me remind you of some of the most astounding achievements of science and mathematics in the recent years, right in front of your nose. Einstein had postulated the theory of space-time as part of the general theory of relativity in 1915. Around 100 years later, the LIGO, that's the laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory experiment, proved the existence of gravitational waves. A 40-year-long scientific research and engineering project involving the construction of the Large Hadron Collider confirmed the existence of Higgs boson, a crucial particle in the standard model of particle physics. Andrew Wiles proved Fermat's loss theorem. Astronomers have provided a pretty good estimate that there are over 2 trillion galaxies. That our own galaxy, the Milky Way, has over 200 billion stars, one of which is our own sun. And that the nearest star to our sun, Proxima Centauri, is at a distance of 9.5 trillion kilometers or 4.3 light years from us. The human genome has been sequenced, opening up a huge potential for personalized drugs. What is science and what is engineering? Science is about creating new knowledge by unraveling the mysteries of nature. Science is about creating theories to explain observations of natural phenomena. Scientists make new predictions about nature using a new theory that has just been created. Experimental and theoretical scientists verify these predictions. Those of you who have read the recent book by Richard David, that is the string theory and the scientific method, will appreciate why I have included theoretical scientists in this verification phenomenon. If these predictions are indeed true, then the theory is accepted, else they look for new theories. After all, let's remember, Einstein's space-time theory is what explained the discrepancy between Newton's laws of motion and the orbit of Mercury. Engineering is the orderly and deliberate process of applying scientific knowledge to a specific situation to create technology to overcome a limitation posed by nature. Steam engine, telephone, air conditioner, refrigerator, television, cars, and internet are all good examples of the success of engineering and technology. Therefore, human progress is simply not possible without STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. There are some policy planners who believe that fundamental science has no applications in engineering. Let me give some examples why that is not a correct assumption and why these nuggets of useless knowledge are indeed useful, as Abraham Flexner, the founder of the Institute for Advanced Study, once wrote. The GPS that we use today would have been inaccurate by about 7 miles, but for Einstein's theory of relativity. Similarly, there have been no DVDs, no laser devices, and no LASIK surgery of the eye without quantum mechanics. There would be no PET scanners without the famous equation of Einstein that E equal to mc squared. Technological innovation is about creating a new man-made device or a new process to do things that we could not have done earlier. Motor cars, electric bulbs, phones, mobiles, television, washing machine, computers, and internet are all good examples of invention. Innovation is about exercising the power of human mind to create a better way, a more efficient way, and a more cost-effective way of doing things with processes and devices that we have already invented. Improving the speed of computers, solar energy, electric cars, faster internet, and cheaper TVs are all good examples of innovation. Why did these extraordinary discoveries, inventions, and innovations happen? What is unique about these wonderful researchers? Can Indian researchers like you be among the next set of impactful discoverers, inventors, and innovators? My personal view is you can. In fact, you're our only hope. There is a set of responsibilities on the part of elders like us and on the part of youngsters like you to make this dream of our country become a reality. Let me first talk about what the elders, particularly those in the government and in the educational institutions, should do. The urgent need of the country is to improve the discovery, invention, and innovation capabilities of Indian youth in STEM areas at the national level. I believe that a robust level of higher education is at the heart of this task. The following steps are likely to be useful to create a world-class system of higher education. First, identify grand challenges like cleaner water, cheaper healthcare, nutrition, cleaner air, alternate energy sources, better roads, cheaper and better housing, and reducing traffic congestion. Hold STEM competitions among doctoral students in the country. Create mechanisms for winners at the national level to participate in international grand challenge competitions in STEM areas. Reduce the stigma associated with failures so that fear of failure is reduced among the youth. Increase interactions between STEM students and academicians of our country with those from countries that have done better than us. Provide full financial support to Indian students to participate in science and mathematics Olympiads, ACM programming contests, and other such international contests. Encourage greater investment in higher education in STEM subjects. Create scholarships for bright STEM students to study at top Indian institutions. It is important that we revive and enlarge the National Science Talent Scheme that was started a few decades ago to attract bright students to STEM. Teach primary and secondary students science through understanding of the mysteries of nature, like why the sun is red and yellow in the mornings and when it is setting, why we weigh less on moon, and how we can experience and explain the fallacy of seeing the sun rising in the west. This last trick was revealed to me by Professor Narlikar in his wonderful book. Create honors version of basic STEM courses in undergraduate courses for the top 10% of the brightest students, covering double the syllabus as the normal version, and by conducting tough open book examinations. Invite scientists like Professor Jayant Narlikar, Brian Cox, Jim Al-Khalili to give public lectures on popular science topics and broadcast them to schools in urban and rural India to attract bright young minds to STEM subjects. Introduce bright undergraduate students in STEM to research programs and associate these programs and these students with doctoral and postdoctoral students. Honor high achievers in STEM areas as role models for the youth. Improve the independent thinking of students by insisting that PhD and master degree students in STEM areas define the problem for their thesis by themselves without any help from their guides or their cohorts. Send out about 10,000 bright students passing out of ISC and CBS examinations to the best universities in the developed countries on scholarship to do their undergraduate, graduate, and doctoral degrees in STEM subjects. The ability to think independently is enhanced if our students take up undergraduate courses in world-class universities in advanced countries. Work out an arrangement with developed countries so that the Indian scholars are forced to come back to India and serve India for 10 years at least. If you think all these are expensive, I would request you to remember the words of Professor Derek Bach, who said, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. What can you, the graduating students, do to improve India's contribution to solving its own grand challenges? There are so many things that you can. Let me state a few things you can do. Every high-quality professional has two essential attributes. First is intellect, and second is values. Intellect is what helps students to tread the untrodden path, to imagine the unimagined, to solve the seemingly unsolvable problems, to achieve the plausibly impossible stuff, and to make life better for people around us. A value system is a set of protocols for behavior that enhances the trust, confidence, hope, and enthusiasm of every member of a community in every other member of that community. Values derive from culture imbibed by us, from our parents, our teachers, our seniors, our role models, and our cohorts. Values are what give us strength of mind to be honest, to have the courage to stand up for our beliefs, to be humble, to respect meritocracy, to learn from people who have performed better than us, to raise above caste, creed, religion, and region, to have good work ethic, to put the betterment of the society ahead of our own betterment, and to acquire a host of other good qualities that make society stronger. Remember that you are judged by your current performance. Past is dead and forgotten. Therefore, India may have been a very successful nation 1,000 years ago, but nobody cares about it now. Remember that performance leads to recognition, recognition leads to respect, and that respect leads to power. Therefore, my young friends, the only way India can now become powerful is through performance today and now. Humility is a rare commodity among Indians. Humility is keeping aside our ego and accepting people who have performed better than us, learn from them, and to improve. You are a scientist and you have to judge issues based on data and facts. Opinion by themselves have no value. Start every transaction on a zero base, forgetting the hysteresis of bias from prior transactions. Keep your mind curious. As Abraham Flexner once said, Curiosity, which may or may not eventuate in something useful, is probably the outstanding characteristics of modern thinking. It is not new. It goes back to Galileo, Francis Bacon, Brahmagupta, Madhava, Sushruta. The last three names were added by me. And to Sir Isaac Newton. It must not be hampered, unquote. Maintain a healthy sense of skepticism when you hear a new idea and a new theory, and verify. Let the confidence in your voice come not from your ego, but from the sharpness of your intellect, the depth of your scholarship, the soundness of your logic, the keenness of your observation, the courtesy emanating from your humility, and the beauty of your imagination. Remember that these days scientific and engineering projects are huge and they require teamwork. Therefore, please learn teamwork. Watch and learn from a symphony where 100 musicians, each of whom is a maestro by himself or herself, come together, subordinate their egos, and work under the direction of the conductor to produce music that is divine. Nobody ever achieved anything worthwhile without discipline, punctuality, and hard work. In fact, it is fair to say that no attribute has hampered India's progress as indiscipline. Please keep this in mind as you embark on any aspirational goal. Remember that nobody achieved anything stellar by asking for permissions, as long as he or she was doing nothing illegal or unethical. Just go ahead and do it. Neither the general theory of relativity nor quantum mechanics was unraveled because of organizational approvals by mandarins. Remember that a happy mind is a productive mind. Therefore, spend quality time with your loved ones and enjoy life. Some of you will inevitably go abroad and settle down there. There is absolutely nothing wrong in it. However, you have two important duties when you are the citizen or the permanent resident of another country. One, conduct yourself as a model citizen or resident of that society so that you enhance respect for India in every one of your actions. Second, remember that a poor country like India has given you this valuable education. Please add value to this institution and to this country in whatever way you can. Thank you very much.
I now request our Chairman, Senate, to kindly declare the conferment of Doctor of Science Honoris Causa on Professor Jan Vishnu Malika.
I have great pleasure to announce that the Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Kolkata, confers the Doctor of Science Honoris Causa on Professor Jan Vishnu Narlikar. Professor Jan Vishnu Narlikar is an eminent astrophysicist who is recognized for his fundamental contributions to cosmology and theories for the evolution of the universe. Professor Narlikar has also been an early champion of science communication and has brought the excitement of science to the public and helped in dispelling unscientific beliefs. Professor Narlikar is currently associated with the Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics in Pune, of which he was the founder director. Born in Kolhapur, Maharashtra, Professor Narlikar studied at Banaras Hindu University before moving to Cambridge University. At Cambridge, he completed his tripos in mathematics and doctoral studies in astronomy. As a long and distinguished career, Professor Narlikar made several outstanding contributions. Notable among these are the development of conformal gravity theory and the popularly known quasi-steady-state theory of the universe. Professor Narlikar has played a significant role in institution building and the scientific leadership. He was a founding member of the Institute of Theoretical Astronomy in Cambridge, and following his return to India in 1972, he led the Theoretical Astrophysics Group at the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Mumbai. As founder director of the Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics, Professor Narlikar has provided the leadership and guidance to the growth of astronomical sciences throughout India. For his pioneering contributions, Professor Narlikar has received much recognition. These include the Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, and Maharashtra Bhushan Awards, the UNESCO Kalinga Prize, the Prix Jules Janssen Prize of the French Astronomical Society, and a Sahitya Academy Award for his autobiographical work in Marathi. It is an honor and privilege to confer upon Professor Jayan Vishnu Narlikar the degree of Doctor of Science, Honoris Causa, on this day, the 13th of June, 2018. I request Professor Narlikar to say just a few words. He has a public lecture tomorrow. Those who are interested should come for tomorrow's public lecture. Professor Narlikar.
Since I am speaking tomorrow at length, I will be very brief today. I would like to thank your distinguished institution for the honor conferred upon me. And for me, the additional bonus was that I could hear the enlightened and enlightening words of Professor Ramayan Murthy. Narayan Murthy has been one of the people I admired from a distance. I have had a few occasions to meet him, but I know him more by his words, and I am indeed very grateful that I was able to be present at the time when he made his statements today. Well, I won't say more today, but thank your institution once again for the chance of being close to you here. I was present at some time when your institution had no buildings of your own, and you were still carrying on lecturing and research with a great enthusiasm. At that time, when I saw the state of affairs, I could see that this is going to grow into a very distinguished institution. And I am indeed happy that my forecast was right, and I am indeed grateful today. Thank you very much.
I now request our chief guest, Sri N.R. Narayanamurthy, to kindly award the Director's Medals to the best performing students of the BSMS program. I request the Director and the chief guest to come. The Director's Gold Medal for the first rank in Biological Sciences goes to Mrinmoy Pal. Thank you. The Director's Gold Medal for the first rank in Chemical Sciences goes to Dhiman Rai. Thank you. The Director's Gold Medal for the first rank in Art Sciences goes to Soumya Bohidar. Thank you. The Director's Gold Medal for the first rank in Mathematics and Statistics goes to Shantanil Jana. Thank you. And the Director's Gold Medal for the first rank in Physical Sciences goes to Srijan Bharati Das. I now request the Dean of Students Affairs, IISER Kolkata, to take over the proceedings of the presentation of the special awards for overall excellence.
I request our chief guest, Sri N.R. Narayanamurthy, to kindly award the IISER Kolkata Medal for Overall Excellence for Best Overall Extracurricular as well as Academic Performance in the BSMS program. And the medal goes to Mrinmoy Pal, Biological Sciences. And jointly to Srijan Bharati Das, Physical Sciences. Thank you, sir.
As Chairman Senate, I announce a special award on my behalf to the boy who got the highest CGPA among all the 5 disciplines, Dhiman Rai. The medal will be given later because it has been announced, it has been decided today. But Dhiman Rai, please come. We'll give you the medal later. Please come and present yourself. He has got the highest CGPA among all the 5.
I now request the Chairperson Board of Governors to kindly present the best and the second best MS thesis certificates. Professor Pal, you need also to be here. Thank you. In Biological Sciences, the best MS thesis goes to Olivia Devnath. She has worked under Professor Rahul Das on understanding the role of allosteric network in tandem SH2 domain of ZAP70 and SYK regulation. The second best MS thesis in Biological Sciences goes jointly to Soumyajit Datta and Adyasha Tejasri Kuntia. Soumyajit Datta worked under Professor Purnashlok Bhaduri on investigating the effect of arsenic on exopolysaccharide production in a diazotrophic cyanobacterium. And Adyasha worked on identification of neural markers for autism spectral disorder. In Chemical Sciences, the MS thesis award goes to Dhiman Rai, who has worked on quantum dynamics of water dissociation on copper-nickel bimetallic alloy surface. Jointly goes to Shubhrakanti Das, who has worked on synthesis and optical properties of CIZS quaternary quantum dots. The second best thesis award goes jointly. Okay, that was second best thesis. Art Sciences. The best MS thesis goes to Shubham Sharma. Worked on attenuation and anisotropic shear wave velocity structure in Eastern Himalayan plate boundary systems, Northeast India. And second best goes to Archana Joshi. She has worked on a stable isotopic approach to estimate the contribution of evapotranspiration to the hydrological cycle over lower Gangetic plain. Mathematics and statistics. The best MS thesis goes to Arnav Char. He has worked on spectral properties of general directed and undirected hypergraphs. And the best MS thesis also goes to Shubhamay Nandan. He has worked on scaling limit of discrete Gaussian free field. In physical sciences, the best MS thesis goes jointly to Tausif Alam and Antariksha Das. Tausif has worked on cosmological and astrophysical viability of wild gravity. And Antariksha has worked on spin optical effects of spatially tailored media. Second best MS thesis goes to Srijan Bharati Das, who has worked on evolution of sun-like stars with age and its impact on planets. Thank you, sir. We sincerely thank our chief guest, Sri N.R. Narayanamurthy, for taking his valuable time out to grace this auspicious occasion. We request all to please rise and remain standing till our chief guest leaves the convocation hall. Please run. Now we'll commence the award of degrees by the Chairman Senate. Professor Pal, you need to be here. I request the Chairman Senate to kindly present the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Master of Science to the students of the 5-year BSMS dual degree program who have been, on completing the prescribed requirements, admitted to this degree by the Senate of IISER Kolkata. I invite the head of the Department of Biological Sciences to announce the names of the degree recipients of Department of Biological Sciences.
Pratik Kumar Shahu, Saptarshi Maji, Adhyasha Tejaswi Khuntia, Piyuli Sheet, Olivia Debnath, Akshay Simha KJ, Vineet AR, Lakshmi Vasan, Shammajit Datta, Raunak Patra, Mrinmoy Pal, and Shunil Kumar Pradhan.
I now invite the head of the Department of Chemical Sciences to announce the names of the degree recipients of DCS.
Shomab Nath, Usha Meena, Joe P. Josh, Vishnu B.S., Manikandan M., Arun Kumar, Samyadev Mahato, Anu Lal, Rahul Cage, Sumit Kumar, Vijaynath E., Shantosh Kumar, Kapisetti Heramba Venkata Sairama Murthy, Nivedya A.U., Anubhav Kumar, Elizabeth Davis, Abhishek Kumar, Shruti Baburaj, Amod Prakash, Mridul Ram K.R., Anubhav Chakraborty, Puranjan Chatterjee, Nikita Madhukar, Pintu Kanjilal, Ashik Vishwas, Anubhav Rajput, Jackie Kumar, Vaswant VP, Harsha Dikshit, নীলেশ কুমার রাউত, অর্ঘ্য সরকার, জিতিন থমাস, আভি ভাদ্রন, এ দর্শনা ইয়াজনি, কৃষ্ণাবেনী অজিত, সিমরান কুমারী, ধীমান রে, আনশুলা মন্ডল, শুভ্রকান্তি দাস, ঋত্বিক বর্মন। Thank you, sir.
I now request the head of the Department of Art Sciences to announce the names of the degree recipients of the ES.
শোভনা খাতুন, অভিলাষ বোরা, অভিজিৎ সিএ, দীপ্তিময়ী বেহেরা, পদ্মজা জে, মেলিসা বোক খারমুজাই খারকোঙ্গর, अर्चना जोशी, प्रशांत रावत, अम्मू जे के, हेमंत कुमार चक्रधर, किमी कुंगरी बसुमातारी, सालम माहेश्वरी देवी, निशांत कुमार, शुभम शर्मा, स्वर्णदीप साहा, रूपक समाद्दर, सौम्या बहिदार। Thank you.
I now invite the acting head of the Department of Mathematics and Statistics to announce the names of the degree recipients of DMS.
Suman Das, Shaurav Mitra, Anup Singh, Santanil Jana, Sharan Ravins, Rochita Guria, TV Karthik, Vinay Kanojia, Jishu Das, Shubhamay Nandan, Spandan Das, Arnab Char, Sanjeet Maisnam, Thank you, sir. I now invite the head of the Department of Physical Sciences to announce the names of the degree recipients of DPS.
M. Sai Madhav, Syed Nakab A. Jaffrey, Ajmal, Angad Gupta, Anju A. Tosif Aslam, Sasank Subham Jha, Shruti J.S., Abhijit Kumar, Saintan Majumdar, Prashant Srivastav, Umang Jain, Sanima S., Susabhan Mandal, Saif Ali, Swarnadeep Seth, Antariksh Das, विकास कुमार बेहरा, सृजन भारती दास, शुभ्रस्मिता कौर, पूर्णिमा रमेश, के मयूरी प्रभाकर, अश्वथी राज, मनोज कुमार, कोमल भट्टाचार्य, अभिरामी हरिलाल, आदित्य रॉय, शुभदीप मंड, सुमन पंडा, मिथिलेश कुमार पारित, रणधीर कुमार, अर्पित दास, प्रेम सेनगुप्ता, इप्सिका महांती, अभिषेक सोम, श्रीजेश पी एस, सृष्टि अग्रवाल, पंदन पाठक, आनंद प्रकाश जेना, सैकत मंडल, टीपी महेश, कौशिक बार, सृष्टि गोयल, आदित्य पानिग्राही, केवीएस कार्तिकेशु, आदर्श के, विजय कुमार, थैंक यू सर।
I now request the Chairman Senate to kindly present the degree of Master of Science to the students of the integrated PhD program who have been, on completing the prescribed requirements, admitted to this degree by the Senate of IISER Kolkata. Devasmita Parari, of the Chemical Sciences. Devanjana Chandra of Art Sciences. Suraj Satpathy of Art Sciences. And Saurabh Sadhu Khan of Physical Sciences. I now request the Chairman Senate to kindly present the degrees of Master of Science and Doctor of Philosophy to the students of integrated PhD program who have been, on completing the prescribed requirements, admitted to this degree by the Senate of IISER Kolkata. Department of Chemical Sciences. Shravanti Das. Krishnendu Maji. Department of Physical Sciences, Pamir Nag. Department of Biological Sciences, Manobi Pal. Rohitashva Shukla. And Afaq Hussain. Department of Chemical Sciences, Orpita Paikar. Sudipto Bhattacharya. And Chiranjit Datta. Gunela Vijay Kumar. Department of Art Sciences, Deep Joy Sarkar. Department of Mathematical Sciences, Krishanu Deyasi. Department of Physical Sciences, Gopal Chandra Sardar. Saurabh Singh. And Dhrubajyoti Mondal. I now request the Chairman Senate to kindly initiate the exhortation.
By virtue of the authority vested to me as the Chairman of the Senate of Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Kolkata, I now admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Master of Science, Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Science, and do grant and confer upon all the right, privileges, honors, and dignities pertaining to the degrees. Remember that your knowledge and intellectual attainment is the most sacred wealth of the nation. You shall, therefore, use it in a manner befitting the honor and dignity of your country and of your alma mater. You shall make every effort in all circumstances to uphold scientific temper, dignity of your profession, and integrity of your character. You shall endeavor in every way, through thought, word, and action, to bring about the well-being of the people. Thank you.
I now request the Chairperson, Board of Governors, IISER Kolkata, to kindly sign the register of the award of degrees.
I now request the Honorable Chairperson, Board of Governors of IISER Kolkata, Sri VSS Subbarao, to kindly declare the 6th Convocation of IISER Kolkata closed.
With great satisfaction and with immense joy and a congratulatory sentiment towards the students and the parents alike, I have the honor to now declare this convocation closed. Wish you all the very, very best in life.
धन्यवाद महोदय. Thank you, sir. कृपया राष्ट्रगान के लिए खड़े हो जाएं. We now request everyone to please rise for the national anthem. महिलाएं एवं भद्र महोदयगण, शैक्षिक शोभा यात्रा अभी सभागृह से प्रस्थान करेगी. कृपया खड़े हो जाएं और शोभा यात्रा के सभी सदस्यों के सभागृह से प्रस्थान कर लेने तक खड़े रहें. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession will now leave the hall. Please rise and remain standing till all members of the procession leave the convocation hall. कृपया ध्यान दें, प्रिय स्नातक छात्र, कृपया ध्यान रखें कि LHC के अलिंद में आपके लिए फोटोग्राफी सत्र का आयोजन किया गया है। तस्वीरें वेबसाइट पर अपलोड कर दी जाएंगी, आप वहां से उन्हें डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। कृपया स्वयंसेवकों के अनुदेशों का पालन करें तथा जल्दबाजी न करें। आप अपनी व्यक्तिगत तस्वीरें बाद में खींचें। तदुपरांत हम आप सबको हमारे साथ NSCB भोजनालय में भोजन के लिए आमंत्रित करते हैं। बाहर जाने के लिए स्वयंसेवक आपका मार्गदर्शन करेंगे। कृपया उनके अनुदेशों का पालन करें। धन्यवाद। Kind attention please. Dear graduating students, please note a photography session has been arranged for you in the atrium of LHC. The photographs will be uploaded on the website from where you will be able to download the same. We request you to please follow instructions of the volunteers and to not rush. You may please get your personal photographs clicked afterwards. Thereafter, we invite the students and their parents to join us for lunch in the students' canteen, NSCB hostel. Please follow the instructions of the volunteers as they guide you to the exit. Thank you.